Thanks for joining me today. Mind briefly introducing yourself and telling me what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. My name is Ben Schreiber. I am head of e-commerce at Latico Leathers.
Yeah, thanks, man. So we've been working with Ben and Latico since I think early May now. So coming up on end of 6 months here. Can you share a bit about where you guys were before, back in like April, early May, and where you guys are at now in terms of revenue, rankings, traffic, things like that?
Sure. Overall, our SEO was in a pretty mediocre spot. We weren't seeing much of an increase in organic traffic. Our SEO was sort of on hold and at the same point for many months. And then we started working with Kai, and we've seen a $10,000 to $12,000 a month increase in MRR. And so we're very happy with that. Organic traffic has increased, which has really helped our entire marketing and advertising funnel and efficiency as well.
Awesome. So you mentioned, SEO was pretty stagnant before we started working together. Can you just briefly describe what that process looked like?
Yeah, I mean, we just broadly speaking weren't doing a solid job. We weren't getting enough quality backlinks. The blogs were a mess. It was just not a very high quality SEO performance prior. And we saw that because organic traffic was staying pretty consistent and wasn't improving. And so we talked to Kai, he did an audit, and we've turned it around here.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I've seen some really good results so far. Looking forward to the next couple of months. You mentioned SEO was pretty stagnant. I believe you guys were working with like a freelancer or another agency before, and it wasn't going great. But when we connected, I know it seemed like you were a little bit hesitant about SEO. So did you guys feel like SEO was gonna work, or were you kind of on the paid ads train? Like, we're just gonna run paid ads until the moon?
Yeah, that's a good question. SEO's for most e-com brands is sort of a black box, and it's hard to understand what's going on and who are the best people to actually do it, because there's a lot of snake oil per se in the space. We had other priorities, which was improving our website, focusing on paid, focusing on creative, and SEO is a long-term investment. So I knew that we had to really focus on it if we wanted it to pay dividends within the next 3, 6, 12 months and beyond. So yeah, hopefully that answers the question.
Yeah, totally. So wasn't much of a process before. Now there is a process, and we're seeing obviously quite a bit of growth. Can you just describe, like, not a lot of time invested on your end, but can you guys just briefly describe what your monthly kind of day or monthly time looks like with us? Like, how much time you guys investing? How, like, you happy with the process, things like that?
Sure. Pretty simple. We have a call once a month. We're set up in a Slack channel together with our team. You just send a monthly report. It's a very low time commitment for us. The proof is in the pudding. $10,000 to $12,000 MRR increase, and so the results are there, and the time commitment is low.
Yeah, sweet. So based on what we've seen so far, right? You talk about SEO being a long-term investment. Where do you guys see yourself in the next 6 to 12 months?
6 to 12 months older. No, I'm kidding. Well, we've been working with you for what? How many months?
About 6 months now. Yeah.
6 months, we've seen pretty solid increase in organic traffic and on-site and technical SEO. Everything has improved. I'm hoping with the next 6, 12 months to keep the momentum going, and I hope we can do that, getting on page 1 for a lot of our best keywords and continuing to improve across the board. So as long as we can stick with the same momentum we have, we'll be in a very good place 6 to 12 months from now.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I think we're in like the 2-3 spot right now for some of those top keywords, and I think we're going to crack that 1 spot in the early Q1. So excited about that. Just, you mentioned SEO was kind of a black box, and it definitely is for, I think, a lot of brands. What surprised you about like our SEO service? And did you have any like misconceptions or kind of hesitations before starting?
Yeah, there's always definitely some hesitations. Everyone will say SEO is a long-term investment, and that can, make you from a brand side feel pretty hesitant, being like, okay, when am I going to see results? How much am I going to have to pay this guy to see tangible results? But I think off the bat, we made a lot of progress, which turned into good momentum. And that was pretty reassuring.
Yeah, awesome. Cool, man. Just one last question. Like, if anyone was on the fence, any brand was on the fence about working with us, what would you tell them?
I would say, I know there's a lot of technical jargon with SEO, and if you're not extremely knowledgeable about it, it can be very daunting to find the right person. But Kai's your guy. He knows more than anybody I've ever spoken to about SEO, and proof is in the pudding again. He gets results, and you can trust him to grow your brand.
Cool, man. Appreciate the kind words, and thanks for joining me today. Hope you have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you early next week.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right. Awesome. Appreciate that, Ben.